Hey, this is John, and many of you know that I'm a bit of a science buff, and today I want to share with you how you can use the latest in brain research and some of the latest discoveries about goal setting and goal achieving so that you can quickly catch up and achieve the goals you set back earlier in the year as either part of your New Year's resolutions or part of just setting goals every single year or quarter. Now, if you, like me, have made New Year's resolutions or you've made decisions to lose weight like I have, and I've released over 30 pounds and I've kept it off. But if you've made resolutions or decisions to earn more money, to stop smoking, maybe even leave a job or a relationship that you're not happy in, only to find that after you've set your goals, it's a lot harder than you think to follow through with the decisions to achieve the goals. And you're gonna love what I'm gonna share today because it's well known by behavioral psychologists that over 92% of people who set goals, who really want to achieve them, don't follow through with what it takes to achieve them. And if you're finally ready to be in the 8% of the people who actually set goals and do follow through, what I want you to do is pay close attention. I'm going to show you a proven formula that I've learned that will train you and your brain to not just set goals, but to achieve your life's most daring, biggest goals smarter and faster than ever before in the balance of this year. And I call this a breakthrough formula that has been applied by men and women to significantly increase their success and grow their businesses, make more money, and in some cases, a lot of people that I've taught this through, or a lot of people that I've taught this to, have done so in just 6, 7, 8, 12 weeks. And that is something that is worth sharing with you. And the reason I've decided to put this together is because over the last couple of days, I've shared some great tidbits with you in my videos on setting and achieving goals. And I've gotten some great feedback with a lot of questions. And so what I want to show you is an exact A to Z, step-by-step blueprint on what I actually do and what I teach to help people achieve their biggest goals and dreams. So in this video, I want to show you the full spectrum. I'll show you an amazing formula that's worked for me for over 35 years. And as I mentioned before, it's worked for tens of thousands of people who have applied it. And it gets even better. As part of my commitment to helping as many people as I can, I'm going to give you an opportunity to be part of my Goal Achiever Inner Success Circle, where you can learn directly with me. And that will help you achieve your goals even faster. So I'm going to do this video today. I'm going to take it down when the counter on this page hits 0. So set aside a few short minutes, watch it, listen carefully, learn, and do this without any distractions. Now, I totally get it if you think that you may have heard and tried it all when it comes to personal development, goal achieving. But I can share with you that even if you've gone to seminars, even if you've read books, even if you've been listening to CDs or watched YouTube videos, I completely guarantee that this process that I will teach you is different than any other personal development program or video that you've watched or tried before. And let me explain to you why. Most programs that you listen to or watch say that you need to be motivated, set goals, write them down, and use blunt willpower or even your persistence muscle to achieve your goals. Now, here's the problem. Setting goals is great, and trying to use willpower and persistence is great. However, based on the latest brain research, they are not, I repeat, they are not your best and most powerful tools for achieving your goals. They are like numbers 4 or 5 on a scale of what it really takes to succeed. And that's why so many people set goals but don't achieve them. But I'm going to share with you the number 1, number 2, and number 3 ways to set goals and achieve your goals so that you actually achieve more success faster and easier than ever before. The other thing I want to discuss is what really is at the cause of people not achieving their goals. And what I can share with you is there's a hidden enemy that most people are unaware of. And this enemy is one that has been conditioned and trained to work against you and stop you from achieving your biggest goals and dreams over the course of your entire life. And this one piece of knowledge can mean the difference between your success or failure. So pay close attention, as this hidden enemy is almost like an undetectable cancer. And I call this hidden enemy your unconscious expectation set point that's in your brain. I'll explain more about this a little bit later. What I'd like you to do first is answer this question. And it's a down-to-earth question, and it's something that's going to activate the dream part of your brain, the motivational part of your brain. And here it is. Have you ever envisioned yourself, dreamed of driving a different car that's your dream car? What it would be like to be able to take exotic vacations with your family, with your friends. What would it be like for you to give money and your time to the charities of your choice, and also having the time to focus on your health and well-being and the hobbies that you love? Because if you've had a chance to dream about this in the past, but nothing, or you've made incremental gains towards that, what I can share with you is there must be something going on, either mentally or emotionally or in your behaviors. And so what I would like to suggest for you is this, is if you've not achieved your goals, that's probably creating some kind of an emotion within you. And so what does not achieving your goals feel like? And the reason I want you to go there first is because when you feel an unpleasant emotion of either failure or not achieving your goals, which may make you feel like you're not good enough or not smart enough or not worthy enough, or you just don't know how to achieve your goals, those feelings are really good in order to help you be motivated for achieving your goals. And I can share with you that your emotions play a huge part of whether or not you will achieve your goals or not. And the emotions of failure, whether it's fear of failure, fear of success, or even fear of disappointing yourself or a loved one, again, can stop you dead in your tracks and prevent you from achieving what you need to do every day, every week, every month to achieve your goals and dreams. I'll talk more about emotions later, but when you feel these unpleasant emotions, at first what happens is the brain, your brain, releases, a chemical, cortisol specifically, which is your fight or flight response mechanism, or it's your freeze mechanism. And for most people, when they feel that, they don't know how to deviate to another emotion on demand. They don't know how to shut that off. And what that means from simply a brain perspective is when that automatic circuit is triggered in the brain, then you stop taking action towards your goals and dreams automatically. Why? Well, we know from the brain research that when this circuit in the brain activates, it actually shuts down the most brilliant part of your thinking brain, which is responsible for higher executive functions, like figuring out how to achieve your goals, being motivated to actually take action in spite of the doubts, the fears, or the anxieties. And what you may not realize is this: there is a big gap between the goals you set and the ones you envision for yourself and your current reality. And as I said earlier, chances are that you and most people will never really achieve any of these bigger goals because they don't know how to bridge that gap. And I know that me saying that may sound harsh, but the real question that I want you to ask yourself is this: why is John Assaraf saying this, and why should you trust me? Because you, like me, have big goals and dreams, and we both want to achieve them instead of just setting them and hoping and dreaming we achieve them. Think about this. How many different reasons are there for why you may not be achieving your goals? There's not 100 different reasons. There's only 3 reasons why there's a gap between your current reality, let's say it's here, and the goals and dreams that you have. So let's talk about the gaps. The number 1 gap that I want you to think about is your mindset. Now, your mindset includes your attitude, your perception, but more importantly than your attitude and perception is your unconscious hidden beliefs about what you really, really believe you can achieve and what you secretly believe you deserve to achieve. Does that resonate with you? Your hidden beliefs about what you secretly believe that you deserve to achieve and what you really believe you can achieve with your current set of knowledge, skills, strategies, tactics, etc. The number 2 gap is your skill set. Now, if the truth be told, you may not have the knowledge or the skills right at this time to know exactly how to achieve your goals and dreams, and this will severely affect your self-confidence, your certainty levels, and guess what that causes? When you have a lack of confidence or a lack of certainty, it activates the part of your brain that creates more doubts. It activates the part of your brain that creates more stress and anxiety. And what does more stress, more doubts, and more anxiety cause? It causes you to shut off that genius part of your brain, which is the left prefrontal cortex, just for the record, and then you'll procrastinate. And what happens when you don't understand how to turn that off and to turn on your confidence centers, your certainty centers? It causes gap number 3, your actions. Now, let's put this into perspective. When your beliefs aren't where they need to be, and your confidence and certainty levels aren't as high as they need to be, you will not take the action daily for fear of failing or disappointing yourself or others. Now, to make sure you understand this, these unconscious mechanisms and triggers lead to unpleasant emotions that you and I are wired biologically and physiologically to do what? To move away from them, and that means that we stop taking the actions towards our goals and dreams, and we revert back to our safety zone and whatever we have become accustomed and conditioned to do and achieve. Does this make sense so far? Good, because I'll share with you a story that I feel very blessed and fortunate to have happened in my life, and that is this. When I was 19 years old, I met a man. His name was Alan Brown, and he was a very successful real estate developer, a philanthropist, a wonderful husband and dad to his children, and overall, he was just an amazing human being. And when I met him, it was due to a meeting that my brother had set up, and he asked me when I was 19 years old, okay, what were my goals for my life? And I didn't know what the next 30 days were going to be like of my life, let alone my whole life. I didn't know 30 days, I didn't know 6 months, I didn't know 12 months down the road. And like most people, I was lost at sea, hoping and praying that my life would get better. But as you probably know, until I decided to change, my life wouldn't change, and it didn't change. No goals equaled a life lost at sea. No plan equaled random success and random failures. At the time in my life when I was 19, I was a mess. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was working for, I think it was about $5 or $6 an hour. I'd gotten myself into an enormous amount of trouble with the law. And had I continued on the path that I was on, I would either be in jail or the morgue. So I want you to look back at my life, not right now, but look back. when I was an underachieving kid without goals, with the beliefs that I wasn't smart enough. I left school when I was grade 11. I didn't feel like I was good enough. I didn't feel like I would amount to much. And fortunately for me, I was blessed with a massive amount of opportunity in front of me, but I had no understanding of how to access that. And the biggest turning point in my life was when this one man, Alan Brown, sat me down, and I remember him looking, at me. I was sitting down, he was looking at me with a sharp gaze in his eyes, and he leaned forward and he asked me 2 questions, one of which would change my life forever. And I'm going to ask you that question once or twice today, and it can change your life forever also. So let me share with you what those were. The first question he asked me was this: if you could live your life any way that you wanted, what would it look like? Well, I started to ramble off how I'd like to buy a big home. I'd like to buy a nice car. I wanted to be a millionaire, and I wanted to travel the world in style. I remember when I was 19, I wanted to retire my parents so that they wouldn't have to worry about money or about life, and so forth. I just rambled on the big dreams that I had for my life when I was 19. And maybe, probably, you have big dreams like these as well. And then he asked me, after I shared with him what I wanted in my life, he asked me a second life-changing question. Here's what he asked me. He looked down at me and he said, "John," he says, "are you just interested in achieving what you just shared with me, or are you committed to achieving these big goals and dreams?" And I looked at him, all right, and I was dumbfounded. And I was dumbfounded because in my own brain, I was thinking, interested, committed, like, what's the difference? And so I asked him, and he smiled, and he paused for just a moment. And as he looked down at me, he said, "John, if you're just interested, you'll do what's convenient to achieve your goals and dreams." He says, "You'll come up with stories, excuses, and reasons why you can't achieve them, and why you can't afford to invest in yourself, and why you can't do this or that." He said, "However, if you're committed to achieving your goals and dreams, you'll do whatever it takes." He says, "You'll learn, you'll grow, you'll plan, you'll invest in yourself, and you'll take action starting today and daily afterwards towards achieving your final goals and dreams and outcomes." And he said, "Even when you make errors and fail, you'll learn and get up and take action one more time, and then another, and then another." He said, "This is the difference between those who set goals and those who achieve them." And he said, "You must learn how to manage the unpleasant emotions that comes with failing," which he framed for me as something that you tried that didn't work. And he separated failing from me being a failure. My whole life, I was told that if I didn't do well in school, or didn't do well in sports, or didn't do well in anything, that I was a failure. And he separated who I was with my results. And so let me repeat what he said. He said, if you're interested, you'll do what's convenient to achieve your goals and dreams. And if you're committed, you'll do whatever it takes. And I remember just thinking, wow, as I thought that to myself. I had never really become committed to anything but playing basketball. And back then, chasing young ladies, when I was 19, 20 years old. And right in that moment, I made a decision. And the word decision means to cut off from any other option. I shook his hand and I made a promise to him and to myself that from that day forward, I will do whatever it takes to achieve my life's goals and dreams. I chose me, and I chose living the life of abundance instead of the scarcity thinking, the scarcity beliefs, the scarcity lifestyle that I grew up with my parents and in our household. And the first big lesson here was this: achieving your goals first starts with a decision from you to commit to the completion and achievement of the goal. So here's my question for you. As my mentor asked me, let me mentor you and ask you, are you interested or are you committed to achieving your goals and dreams? Now, I hope you answered committed, because that's really what it's going to take for you to feel that your life has purpose and meaning and that you really have fulfilled your potential. Alan Brown went on to share with me a proven winning formula that he and many, many successful people before him had used. And that when I started to apply it, it transformed my goal setting exercises to goal achieving. His formula, I have found, was the fullest package. And as I mentioned earlier, number one, he said to me, get your mindset right. Number two, get your skill set right. And number three, get your action set right. And this was his way of teaching me to do the right things in the right order at the right time. And when I did, and when you do also, starting today, it will be like having the combination to opening up a safe with $1 million in it. Now, I have to share with you that this formula is not rocket science, and anybody can do it. And once I committed to it, I started to do a few things right every day, and I did them consistently, and my results started to change. It changed me from an unfocused, underachieving street kid who got into an enormous amount of trouble into a multimillionaire who's grown over 5 multi-million-dollar companies. I've written 2 New York Times best-selling books. I've had the blessings to appear in 8 movies, including The Secret. I've been on Larry King Live 8 times, The Ellen DeGeneres Show, Anderson Cooper, and best of all, I've been able to take what I have learned over the last 35 years, and I've been able to teach it to millions of people and hundreds of thousands of clients and students around the world, just like you, so that you can apply it and become super successful. So let me explain a bit more in detail what I've learned about setting and achieving goals from a neuroscience perspective. And remember, when I said earlier that the real enemy to achieving your goals is not setting goals, but it's your expectation set point. And that is where the big gap is between the goals you've set and your current reality. Now, let me explain what I mean. When you think of your brain, it's comprised, as you probably already know, of your conscious mind and your unconscious mind. Everybody knows that. And your conscious mind is where and how you think about what goals you want to achieve, and you can even think about how you will achieve them. Unfortunately, for most people, your unconscious programming and past conditioning will almost always override your conscious desires, wants, and needs. So for example, if you want to lose weight, but you have a poor self-image or a poor body image and an identity, an unconscious identity about yourself that has been locked in your unconscious minds for years or decades, you will almost always revert back to all of your old thoughts, your feelings, and your behaviors once your willpower muscle or your persistence muscle is tired and you gain all the weight back that you have lost. That is why most people who lose weight gain it back. The same is true when it comes to earning or making more money. If you're used to earning $20,000 or $50,000, even $100,000 or more, your brain has developed an expectancy set point or a financial set point that works just like a thermostat. And anytime you earn a little bit more than what you're supposed to earn, or you even earn a little bit less than what you're supposed to earn, if you earn more, you'll sabotage your success until it gets back to your comfort zone. If you're earning less, you'll work really hard to get back to your comfort zone. And here's something to keep in mind. The comfort of the old will almost always win over the fear and uncertainty of the new results. Let me repeat that. The comfort of the old, your old results, will almost always win over the fear and the uncertainty of your new results unless you reset your unconscious mind and your expectancy set point. Your brain, and my brain as well, has something that the neuroscience community calls an error detection mechanism, EDM, error detection mechanism. And anytime you are out of your normal zone that you've gotten used to, it kicks in and corrects your thoughts, your feelings, and behaviors so that you end up exactly where you started. And think about this. Lottery winners, just gonna say lottery winners. Why is it that over 85% of lottery winners lose all the money they win within 3 years? Think about it. They buy lottery tickets, they hope and they pray, that they win the lottery, they win all this money, and within 3 years, it's gone. And over 80% of those people say it was the worst experience of their life. Now, I know you don't think that would be you, but many people just like you have won money only to say it's the worst experience of their life. Now, it's not the worst experience of their life if they learn how to reset their financial expectancy point. But because their hidden self-worth and hidden self-image and expectancy point is to either be broke or poor or to be at a certain level, they blow the millions of dollars they won so that the outside world, their reality, matches the inner set point that is ingrained deep in the unconscious mind. And this unconscious expectancy point is what they secretly expect. So that's where they end up with their results. Does that make sense? I've studied this for 30 years and I can share with you the people who get this and make the shifts are the ones that achieve lives that they've only dreamed of and they maintain it. Now, if you really want to achieve your biggest goals and dreams, then what you've got to do is prime your brain, the conscious part for choosing what you want to do, and your unconscious mind with the goals and dreams you have so that you align the two so they work in harmony with each other. And we call that in the neuroscience and neuropsychology field as harmony, but also coherence, instead of two different patterns that are fighting with each other that's causing chaos in the brain. And so if you do not create that coherence and take this one step and do it right, chances are that you're going to end up achieving some success, but you'll end up like the poor lottery winner, rich one day and broke the next, or back in your comfort zone. And what I can share with you is that the most successful people in the world figure this out, and that's really what I want for you, is to be able to do this for yourself so that you can achieve your life's goals and dreams. And so here's a couple things that you can do to make sure that you achieve your goals in, the next 6 months, 3 months, 12 months, whichever period that you want. And what I can share with you is these are a few things that Alan Brown showed me as part of his formula, and he called them the absolute musts. So number one, he said you must learn to properly set your goals, and with those goals, you've got to learn how to prime your brain daily so that it wants to help you achieve them. He says number two, you have to get clear on your core values and your purpose so that you learn how to manage the negative self-talk and the fears and self-doubts that come up that want to veer you off course. Number 3, he said, you've got to learn how to stop wasting valuable time on the trivial many things that waste your hours and your days. And he says, you've got to start focusing like a laser on the critical few things that bring you the greatest amazing results. And then number 4 he shared with me was, you've got to get some kind of coaching and support on a day-to-day basis to help keep you on track for when you get off track, and we all get off track, so that you get back on track and keep going so that you hit your stride and accelerate. And so those are some of the things that he shared with me, but also he helped me with over the course of a year, then 2 years, and then I went off to another mentor. So here's something that I want to do for you. And just like Alan Brown became my mentor and shared his best information and strategies and tactics and supported me, I want to help you do that right now. And so the first thing I want to do is ask you the question again on whether you are interested or you're committed. Because when you are interested, as I mentioned before, you're going to do what's convenient and you're going to sell yourself short. You won't step into your greatness. You'll keep standing on the edge of your potential and wonder, why is everybody else leaping and finding the net? Or you're going to be committed to your goals and dreams. So are you interested or are you committed to achieving the goals that you've set this year? Because if you've just answered yes, I want to take you under my wing and show you how to achieve them the right way and the smart way versus the hard and long way. And best of all, I'm not going to charge you my normal $5,000 an hour or $35,000 consulting fee a day to do this. What I want you to do is start you off and get you going fast so that the next 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, you're going to achieve more of the goals you've ever had than ever before. And what I've done to help you do that is I've put together a few of my amazing programs and a few bonuses that will help ensure your success. And I'll share with you how I'm going to guarantee your success in just a moment. One of the things that I'm going to give you access to is me. So listen up, because you're going to get access to me every single day. So what I'd like you to do is make a commitment to get started today. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to gain immediate access to a few programs I personally selected to help you not just set goals properly, but to help you recondition your brain and become a goal achiever. So the first thing that I'm going to give you is access to my world famous Having It All program. And in this program, it's an online audio training program that will teach you how to properly set your goals. And there's a manual to follow that you'll go step 1, step 2, step 3. And so I'm going to teach you how to properly set your goals so that you follow through with them to completion using a proven scientific process and not blind luck or gimmicks. In this program, I'm going to teach you how to double and possibly triple your income in the next 12 to 24 months by getting your brain to recalibrate your identity around money. The other thing that this program will help you do is give you access to your brain's very own GPS or navigational system that'll help you choose the right things to succeed faster and easier than ever before, including how to develop the right strategies and tactics, which is what to do and how specifically, and the timelines for those, and how do you connect with the right people. This program, the Having It All program, that's just part 1, is going to show you the latest in neuroscience research to retrain your brain for higher levels of happiness, health, financial, spiritual, and life success. And I'm going to really get into helping you harness the unstoppable power of your unconscious mind, and I'll show you how to reprogram it to align with your biggest goals and dreams and all of your conscious desires for health, wealth, relationships, career, business. The other thing that I'm going to give you access to in this program is something that I learned 35 years ago, and it was the 7 natural laws of the universe that really gave me an understanding of how to work with nature's laws instead of against it. And in that program, I'm also going to give you a bonus audio that is my personal daily affirmations that I use to gain more confidence, more certainty, and a deeper spiritual connection, okay, with everybody and everything in life, so that I can be totally connected with my career goals, business goals, finances, career, and relationships. Now, just the Having It All program on its own, I've been selling for $197 for quite some years. But I'm going to give you a phenomenal bundle and a price break when you get the whole package. The next program that's part of your Having It All bundle is access to my newly created training program. It's a video training program called How to Get More Done in Less Time. Why do I share this program? Because I recognized that even though we all have, let's say, 10 hours in a day to work, most people are not effective in those 10 hours. They're doing the trivial many things instead of the critical few. So I'm going to teach you how to significantly increase your productivity so you actually will do less, but you're going to do it better to completion versus starting and stopping projects and goals. I'm going to teach you a process I've used for probably about 20 years on how you can focus on the high impact activities and the high revenue generating activities if you want to make more money versus the stuff that you may be doing right now. And what that's going to do for you is it's going to buy you back some time, it's going to buy you back a lot of energy, and more importantly, it's going to reduce your stress because you're going to be getting more results. This program will teach you how to eliminate your distractions and stay on task like a laser to achieve your goals. The other thing I'm going to include in that is something that I call my daily results planner. And my daily results planner is the exact system that I use and my assistant uses with me to be able to help me get laser focused every week, every day, every hour, so that I take the things that are on my to-do list and I check them off as fast as humanly possible and complete things. Now, this Having It All program is $197, I mentioned. The How to Get More Done in Less Time program is also $197 on its own. And the other thing that I'm going to do, because I want you to achieve your goals, is I'm going to make sure that you focus your attention and intentions and your life on the things that are the highest value things in your life, so that every day and every week you focus on the things that bring you the most purpose and the most meaning. And this program I created for my clients who were paying me $25,000 a year, because a lot of them were very successful, but their life was totally out of balance. And so this values-based living video training program, I also sell now for $197, and it will teach you how to do more of what you love, less of what you tolerate, and none of what you hate doing. And so these three programs come together, and one of the things that people ask me all the time is, John, what happens if I get this package and I have questions? What if I get stuck? What if I have fears or doubts or sabotaging beliefs come up or I'm uncertain? What if? What if? They're always asking me. Well, here's what I'm going to do for you. Not only are you going to get those three programs, but I'm also going to include 6 months access to my daily, not weekly, not monthly, daily VIP coaching and support, where you're going to get access to me, and you're going to get access to Mark Walden, one of the top neuroscience researchers in the world, in my private community, where I'm in there every day posting 3, 4, 5 tools, resources, ideas, techniques, strategies. And what I can share with you, we have thousands, over 12,500 clients just like you, who are in there helping and sharing and learning with each other. And this community and I will support you every step of the way to achieving your goals and dreams. And normally access to 6 months of group coaching and my support in this community is $1,995. So what else can I include as a bonus to make this ultimate success formula for you to make sure that the next 3 months, 6 months, 12 months is your best, most successful year ever? I can think of one thing. I have something called the Power Habits Generator program, and this is a new program that I recently created that works beautifully, lock and key, with all the other programs. And in this program, since you've heard the saying that we are all creatures of habits, I'm going to teach you how to create powerful new daily habits so that you perform at a whole new level. I'm going to also teach you how to change the habits that are either destructive or unwanted right now as you create new powerful ones. And I'm going to use the latest in brain research to show you how to do that. That bonus also sells on its own for $197. And I'm going to keep stacking some amazing tools for you so that you have zero reason not to do this today. I'm going to give you something called the in-depth personality strengths and success profile assessment that'll give you really amazing insights into what are your natural strengths, what are your skills, what are your values. And I'll teach you, okay, in this program, you're going to take a test. It's going to take you about 30 minutes to take this test. You're going to get some results back, and then you'll have a video to teach you how to use this to perform at the highest level possible. And this is normally sold for $500. So let me just give you a recap of all this. The total value so far for the Having It All program, including the other training programs and the bonuses that I just mentioned, is over $3,000. Now, when you look at this, I know you're probably thinking that I should be and could be selling it for that price, and I have. Because even at that price, it's an incredible deal because it'll help you achieve your goals and dreams and live the life of your dreams. But here is what I believe. It would cost you $5,000 an hour to hire me. It would cost you way more than you probably want to invest to hire me for a day, which is $35,000. So what I'd like to suggest is this. If you were to hire experts to teach you everything that I'm going to be teaching in this course and support you, I think that is a great investment. So to help you achieve your goals and dreams, I'm going to do something for you today. If you promise me one thing, number one, when you make a decision to start this program today, I'm going to give you an incredible deal to get started right now, but I want you to promise me right now that if I give you an amazing opportunity to get started and work with me for the next 6 months, you're going to do this. You're going to give me a testimonial. If you promise to do this for me, I'm going to cut the price so that you don't pay $3,000. I'm going to cut the price so you can start right now for just $97, and you make one more payment of $97 30 days from now. And that is an unbelievable opportunity for you. That's less than the cup of coffee a day. Now, there's one more thing I'm going to do to make this even sweeter for you because I'm feeling kind of generous today. Remember when I shared with you that you get access to me for 6 months and to my VIP community for daily coaching and support? And that's valued at $1,995 on its own. This means you're going to get access to me and other experts and to an amazing group of people that'll help you achieve your goals every day. When you act right now by pressing the button below and get started for just 2 payments of $97, one today and one in 30 days, I'm going to add another 6 months of VIP coaching in my private community just for you. That means you're going to get a full year access to the amazing support in my community and my daily coaching where I coach all the people in my community. And that brings the total value of this entire package to over $5,000. I think you'll agree, if you've looked at coaching programs before or you've looked at other programs other people have, that it is more than worth it. And so I've put together this amazing package of some of my best training, and it's cost me a small fortune to learn it and then create the program so that you can enjoy it now. And what I'm going to do is show you exactly step by step by step how you can achieve all the success and goals and dreams that you have for your own life. And what I'd like you to do is activate that part of you that can see your future. And what I want you to do is imagine 6 months from now, 1 year from now, even 3 years from now, and maybe even 20 years from now. Imagine for just a moment you are still earning the same amount of income or slightly more. You're still living the same lifestyle, still overworked, still not achieving the great big results that you want. And how would that make you feel? Because you can imagine more of the same, can't you? Now, what if in the next 6 months to 1 year, you can accomplish just one big goal that you have, what is that worth to you? What if within 90 days from now, you can make 1 or 2 little shifts in your mindset, your skill set, and what you do, so you can earn an extra $100, $200, $500 a month? For some people, the Having It All program has helped them increase their incomes, get the jobs of their dreams. It's even helped people with their relationships, their health, and their overall lifestyle. There's a person by the name of Jan Berry, and she says that she's been doing the Having It All program, and she got all of her goals down. And what has already happened for her, within a year, she increased her net worth to the $2 million mark, and she got her cash flow up to $100,000. Another one of our clients, Richard John Baker, said, today he was giving himself a pinch in front of 20 people, and he's always had a fear of public speaking. And he told us that for the first time in his life, he was actually able to pull off public speaking, and he got a standing ovation when it was done. And he said this whole other person emerged from him during the presentation that he never knew existed, but he wished that he could do that. And this program, the one I'm offering you today, caused profound changes in his being, is what he said to us, and he signed it, "Thank you so much." Now, I know that I've shared a lot with you, but I want to make this a no-brainer for you. So I'm going to do something super special, and I'm going to guarantee your success. Let me share with you what I mean. I believe that you should make a bit of an investment, but so should I. And so I'm giving you a phenomenal price on this program, and I'm also going to give you an unconditional 30-day money-back guarantee. So get the program today, click on the button, get started today, and apply what I teach you. Engage with me in my community. And if after 30 days you don't think that it was worth 5 to 10 times the value, all you need to do is ask for a refund. Now, that is more than fair because I'm taking all the risk. So here's what I want you to do. When the counter, on this page goes to 0, not only will the bonuses go away, this entire Having It All special is going to go back into my vault, and you'll not be able to purchase it. I'm only doing this right now. And that means no Having It All, no VIP coaching in the community for a whole year, no bonuses, no special price. And if you want to buy any of the components separately, you can buy them on the website for $197 each, plus about $4,000 for the coaching. So what I want you to do is make a decision now. I've made it simple and easy for you to get started. So click on the button, fill out the order form, and click the purchase, and you're going to immediately receive a welcome email and instant access to the program. And what I'd like to do is, for those of you who still aren't certain, I'd like you to maybe do a little, what I call inner size with me. And what I'd like you to do is close your eyes, if you will, for just a few seconds here. And what I want you to do is I want you to imagine your life, 6 months from now, 12 months from now, when you start to be clear about your goals and you take action, you release and let go of your procrastination, and you start to achieve more confidence, more certainty, and more personal power so you can achieve the goals and dreams. What would that feel like within you? What would that do for your life? And what I'd like you to also consider, keep your eyes closed if they're not, close them. I want you to imagine 12 months from now, setting goals and achieving goals 1 month after the other. Imagine the relationships you'll have. Imagine your business growing. Imagine really loving your job or finding a new job that you love. Imagine not having to cringe, when you look back on your life in regret. And so open your eyes now, because what I'm promising you is what I believe is the most foolproof way, not just to set goals, anybody could do that, but to achieve goals. And this is your chance. We came together for a certain reason. I believe that's to be able to work together. And you can access the Having It All program, and everything else that comes with it for just 2 payments of $97, and you have nothing to lose. So take a leap of faith, jump in this program, because it's so much more than just a program, and thousands, tens of thousands of people already have. Be part of my success community. Let me help you achieve your goals. Make that decision. Just click on the button now. 30-day money-back guarantee, 0 risk to you. Let me meet you in our community that you're going to get access to right away, and the programs. And let's get started today to go from having goals to achieving goals. Thank you so much. I'll look forward to you being in our community in the next few minutes.